This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today. Golf in Japan, April 17th. Joined today by Pro Joe, but no Damon. Hey Pro Joe, how's it going?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
It's good. We don't actually know what Damon is doing. He's a bit of a man of mystery. I think he's very busy with all the golf bookings we're getting, to be honest with you.
I have a feeling he's sunning himself at home. It's a beautiful day here, which is unusual.
He does have a great terrace.
Great. He does have an amazing terrace. I reckon he's out there at his budgie smugglers. Lathered up in reef oil. That's what I'm envisioning at the moment.
I know. God love him. He's very
hard
busy.
At work. He is. He's a busy man.
We've been really it's coming into the peak season here, and a lot of foreigners coming in and playing a game of golf. And for those of you who don't know, Damon runs all of our bookings with his team, and he's just been really busy. Does all of our bookings and our rentals. Speaking of which, we just got our brand new Titleist rentals from Titleist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All the new models.
The Mint, we got the SM10s, we got the brand new Phantom, the Phantom putters. Yeah, and they are sick. Have you played with them?
Yeah, no, I've got one on the way. So I've always been a Newport guy, and I've been not talked into it, but I've been strongly suggested that I try one. So I've got one on the way. I actually don't know which one it is, but I'm looking forward to using it.
So when that day, the Titleist day, we all went out and we actually had to go on them. I think there's 6 different models, it's 3 different heads. So I do have written down somewhere what each one is. There's 3 different heads. They're all mallets, but one is like a solid mallet, so it's all the way around. And then the other 2 kind of have those they look
okay,
like they have
prongs,
2 prongs going out the back and different ones. And then it's about the neck, so you can have the straight neck, or you can have
with the face balance, and some are more toe hang than the others. Yeah,
that's right. And then the other ones have a kind of a bend in them.
Yeah.
So I got the Phantom X5.
Okay.
And it's amazing. It's amazing because I was a Newport 2 guy for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And I think you actually got me my one.
I think I did too. Yeah.
And so it has a look of a toe putter, but then it has the 2 bits and it's more stable. Yep. And you just feel like this is gonna play well. So I'm playing with it on Brendan's event on Friday in
Carbine Club.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be good to have them in the rental sets. All the people coming over, so get on it.
No, we're getting a lot of requests for that now, so that's really
a great
good.
deal. You can just turn up to the golf course and they're sitting there or sitting on the back of the buggy waiting for you, and then you don't have to cart them in the Shinkansen or on the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
Just turn up with a backpack and.
It's an amazing service. It's actually it's very hands-on for us because we have to get the clothes cleaned and make sure they're all good. And then we have to make sure they get to the course, explain to the course that they're rentals and blah blah blah, and so the guests just have to just walk in.
Yep.
So that's what we do. Okay. Before we get on to obviously Masters Week, amazing
week.
I will say, it sucked. Today's Tuesday. This is going out on Wednesday, but today's Tuesday. And it was horrible to wake up and not switch on the telly and see that beautiful green because I had it fixed to number 6, which is TBS in Japan, and you stick on the terrestrial TV and you just see that beautiful green. And
we've been spoiled, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Okay, but before we get into that, it's time to do the Prefecture of the week, which is what normally Damon does, but I'll give it my best shot. So this week we are in Nara.
I was just saying to Kieran that I have, where is Nara? And he said it's near Kyoto. And I have obviously I've been to Kyoto before, but never been to Nara, never played golf down in that area. I think we were talking about in the last podcast or 2. Yeah, it's golf down there.
So if you have Osaka, it's to the right of Osaka.
Okay.
Below Kyoto.
Right.
And then to the left, you'll have Wakayama, and to the right, you have Mie.
Oh, yeah.
And Wakayama and Mie are both on that peninsula coming there. So it's right in the middle of that.
I see.
And so it's landlocked. There's no access to the sea, which is not so many of them in Japan, but it's an amazing place. So it has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Japan. It has 20 places. Yeah, so it was the original capital of Japan. I didn't know that. I thought it was Kyoto.
There you go.
Kyoto people always say that. They say we were the original capital.
But it's Nara.
It's actually Nara. So Nara had all the emperors were building their palaces in Nara first. And I think it's because it's a bit landlocked. So it's away from danger on the coast, but also it's absolutely stunning. So that's what I said in UNESCO. Some of it is the beautiful mountains and the views that you have. And it's part of that. We mentioned a few weeks ago the Kumano no Kodo, which is like a special pilgrimage trail that people used to take historically. Okay. So there's all sorts of interesting things I was pulling out of. We actually have a guide online, so I was just having a quick read of that. And one of the interesting things about food, and you'll like this, is they have a special kind of sushi down there. It's called I have to get this right, kaki noha sushi.
Okay.
Which is wrapped in the leaves of the persimmon tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so it's special for down there. So you don't eat the leaf, but what you do is you wrap it, and they put rice wine vinegar inside the rice, and it makes it ferment.
Yep.
And the persimmon leaf gives it an extra flavor. And people used to say that it was actually medicinal.
Really?
Yep. So the persimmon leaf, and then they would put stuff like trout and more freshwater stuff, I suppose, in it. Being a landlocked prefecture, that's what you'd expect.
Have you tried it before?
I have, and it's delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of savory. Like, it's a little bit salty, vinegary, has a bit of extra, it's not for everyone, I'd say. It's kind of strong, but I really liked it.
Okay.
With a few beers, top.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
From the persimmon tree. And the same persimmon that they used to build golf clubs out of.
Exactly. So they were saying that in Japan, they had an abundance of them down there. So actually, Nara became the kind of capital of building these persimmon woods.
Oh, okay. So the persimmon fruit as well is not, I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. I'll eat any fruit, but the persimmon fruit for some reason is a bit strange.
It is,
I agree.
Yeah, it looks like a delicious orange.
But it does, but it doesn't. No, it's not. no, it's not.
It tastes like poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for
leaves.
Good for golf clubs.
Okay.
Do you still play sometimes with persimmon woods?
I've got a set of old Titleist blades from called Titleist Tour models from the 80s. I've got a persimmon. I've got an Acushnet driver. Well, I've got a 3 and 5 Titleist that I just bought off eBay for $100. So I've got a really, really old set, and I've got an old Titleist leather bag from the 80s as well. Just a throwback. Love it.
I actually went home to my mum's house over the summer, and I was just looking. She keeps all the old stuff from me and my brother and my sister, and I found this old persimmon wood. But it didn't have the same shaft in it. It had a shaft from a 7-iron in it.
Oh, did it? What, from when you were a kid?
Yeah, me and my brother used to go down to just the local field and we'd smash this thing around. And I was just seeing it brought so many memories. But the thing is wrecked. But it's brilliant. I'm going to bring it back to Japan at some stage. I won't be playing a game with it. But
look, I've tried the driver down the driving range a few times, and it's so hard to hit. You got to hit it on the middle, and it goes sideways, and it's just a horrible piece of equipment, to be honest. But that's what we used to use, right?
Yeah, my favorite thing on the golf course to say was that was hit on the screws.
Yeah,
and I love when the younger uninitiated say, "What do you mean hit on the screws?" Like that's the bit you were going for, the persimmon, the screws sticking out.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so back to Nara. There's 33 golf courses.
Okay,
and it's really interesting because I looked at Golf Digest and I looked at Japanese Golf Digest and seen what their top few courses were, and I compared them to ours, and they have a lot different ones than we have, and our top ones. I'll just read a couple of them out for you. It's Hanayoshino Country Club, Cypress Country Club, Yamato Kogen Country Club, which is in the mountains, and Yamato Country Club.
Okay,
and then the top one that most of our users or our people who want to play golf in Japan, they're looking at Uda Country Club. And Uda Country Club, it doesn't even get on a look in on the Golf Digest list. So I did some investigation.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable looking golf course.
Is it?
So they have a...
Sorry, this is the one that your readers
That's right.
prefer,
so golf in Japan, there's a little ranking.
Yep.
If you look on actually it's on any golf course listing or on any of the Prefecture top landing pages, you see a little thing on the side that says most visited. And that's based on traffic and inquiry.
Oh, yeah.
So the top one is Uda Country Club. And I had a look and, it's a very reasonable price golf course, like 6,000 to 7,000 weekday, which is what?
That's nothing. $50, 50 US.
Bucks. And then 11,000 yen on the weekends.
Even that.
Yeah.
It's great value, isn't it?
Yeah. $80 maybe, $70 to $80. And I was just going through all their holes, checking out their website and stuff. And it's interesting. The guy called Kaminishi was the designer. And what he wanted to do was his concept was to have a novelty and real enjoyment for golfers.
Okay.
And one of the holes is absolutely the image of, you know, the iconic one in Hirono, which is a par 3. And
par 3, yeah.
It's a big gorge.
Yep.
Basically replicated that.
Do you really?
That's on the course. And then he has a hole that looks like a main corner, full of except more azaleas.
Okay.
So the whole thing in May is just covered. It's pink. The whole golf course is pink on that hole.
Oh, sounds great.
And then he has some like absolutely random ones. Like, I'll show you this little picture here, Joe. Describe
He's
that.
just spinning around the computer so I can
describe that picture.
Oh, it's just it looks difficult. I mean, it looks like the 12th at Augusta, doesn't it? Well, yeah, well, it is.
It is. It's
just got a stone wall in front of it, but the design of the very shallow green, a bunker in front, and the sort of the bunkers around the back there. Yeah, that's the 12th at Augusta.
So if you're not on the green, you're stuffed.
Well, you're in the. Well, if you're either wet front or if you're in those back traps, you're going to blade it back into the water anyway. So
yeah,
good luck.
So they have all of these kind of interesting features and holes.
That's cool.
And this guy he just wanted to make it like a novelty. So you're never you're like, you know what, this kind of looks like Augusta.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, and there was a couple of that looked like resembled something to me. I couldn't put my finger on it, but a little bit lynxy almost. So I hats off to this guy, and I think the reason why people like playing it is because it's super reasonable and it's just a bit of a trip. Really, you're going down and you're checking out, and it's really well maintained, put together. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's our number one golf course, which is Uda Country Club. So if you fancy that or any of the other golf courses, we have them all on Golf in Japan.
Yeah, contact the boys on Golf in Japan.
That's right. Just go to courses and select Nara, and then you'll get all the info you need. Okay. We'll also be publishing the Nara travel guide online. So if you want to learn a bit more about the culture and the persimmon sushi and all the rest of it, check that out as well.
Great.
Okay, cool. Next tour news. Well, not tour news. It was one of the majors.
I mean, the world really stops this week, doesn't it? For the Masters, which rightly so.
They're mad into it in Japan, aren't they?
Yeah. Actually, I think you were talking about it last time as the Masters app, or we may have been talking about it last time. I've sort of followed because I was, we've got about 100 people over here at the moment from overseas, 40 people from the Emirates are here. We've got a whole bunch from Australia and Singapore over here playing at the moment because it's obviously great weather. So I've just been following it on the Masters app. So for those who haven't got it, next year you have to download it. You can watch every single... it was you, Kieran, you were talking about it. And I downloaded it.
IBM made it.
Oh, did they?
I didn't know who had made it last time.
I mean, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? Every single player, you can watch every single shot, and it's right up to speed, right up to date. Great leaderboard. I mean, I've been sort of following that all week. So, and what a great week.
I mean, there's so many headlines.
Yeah, look
around. Where do you start? Yeah,
look. I mean, obviously from the top, Scotty Scheffler won it by 4 from Ludvig Åberg, the young Swedish kid. So it's Scotty's second major, his 9th PGA Tour win, and his 3rd win in 4 starts. So he's gone Arnold Palmer, the Players, came T2 or T2 in Houston, which was a bit of a hidden giggle for him, and then comes over to the Masters and just dominates.
He didn't look like he had his best stuff, to be honest with you. I watched every day, not the whole round, so I was watching it live on TV and stuff, so I was in the mornings mostly. And he looked like he was a bit scrappy, He was just going around. But impeccable iron player, right? So if he's off, he's not off by much. Yeah, and then his putting was good.
Yeah, he just misses it in the right spots too, which Tiger was talking about after his. Yeah, I think his 3rd round where he shot 80.
Oh Jesus,
something. He just missed it in all the wrong spots, and you can't chip it close and puts pressure on your putting. Actually, I was listening to something this morning, and Steve Williams was talking about Augusta, and he said the difference between Augusta and all the other tour stops is. You're talking about the landing spot. You've got about a yard to land it in. And if you don't land it on that spot, the ball could be funneled away and you've got a 60-footer. Whereas a normal tour stop, the players have got sort of 4 or 5 yards to land the ball. And they're that good. They're good enough that they can do that sort of thing. So it really, Augusta just identifies the best player, the player that's on that week. There's been a couple of guys that have won at Schwartzland, Danny Willett over the years that are probably not the best players. They did have a good day and a few people fell apart, but typically it does find the best players, and that's why Phil and Tiger and now Scotty's having success there. So, and I'm a fan. I like Scotty. He's a tailor-made guy, but he uses the Titleist.
You were calling him for weeks, and then you back.
Look, exactly, I did, and then I said Brooks. I think, because it was obviously the obvious choice, Scotty, and then I said Brooks, and, Brooks finished down there. I think he finished at +9 in the end. Let's have a look at my notes. Yeah, him and Rahm finished at +9, so not a great showing. But yeah, Scotty's been trending for a long time. And as I said, you don't have to putt particularly well around there. Do
you think it's a case of that it shows up your game, especially when it was playing that fast and that hard? That was
Yeah,
I just made up a word there. That's hard, fast and hard. Fard.
Hard.
It's playing very fard was Augusta.
Yeah.
So it shows up your game a bit. Like, so say for example, like, Rory can really drive the ball well. He drives it further than Scotty.
Yep.
But his iron game isn't as sharp.
No, it's not.
Like Scotty was hitting it so high and landing it soft.
Yeah, he was
incredible.
too. Yeah, great control of the golf ball. So, and he can move it both ways. And, everybody talks about his footwork, but if you look at the rest of his technique, he's amazing. He grips it properly. He's very square on the way back. It's repeatable, and he's got...
the footwork is unique.
Look, it is, yeah. I mean, Greg Norman used to make a similar sort of move, and people are sort of trying to study it. I think it's sort of an anti-left move, but, him trying to stop the ball moving left, it's not like he was saying, I'm going to do this with my right foot to stop it going left.
So
but
it's his right foot that moves back.
Yeah, it's like, he's all over the place. His right foot goes backwards, and his left foot, he falls over, almost falls over sometimes, but
works, doesn't it?
And what a guy as well. He's just,
he seems like he's mentally, he just keeps it calm.
He does.
Because
really calm.
That's what it's all about, I feel, for those major tournaments, like you get guys, they're experienced enough, like Morikawa would be a great one. He's a major winner.
Yeah, he is.
But then the wheels pop off a little bit.
They did.
Hummer got that bad bounce, went into the bush. That was it. He was gone.
Yep, DeChambeau was gone. Tommy Fleetwood was sort of always there, but he was never really in with the show.
Just they weren't dropping for him. I thought. Yeah. Amazing story about him actually with the caddy. So his long term caddy couldn't make it. Don't ask me the name of the guy, but he just got a local caddy.
Okay.
Someone who just because he finished, I guess, in the top 5. I think he got 100 grand or 80 grand.
Good on him.
The caddy did.
Yeah.
Right, so
I guess it's 7 or 10%, 7% usually of a top 10 or 10%.
So I imagine
probably
the
won $1 million.
Yeah,
I guess
about 80,000 maybe.
Yeah, what a great week! What a great story!
Isn't that crazy? And it's just a local guy. You see him hugging Tommy Fleetwood.
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Tommy's just like, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
Get off me.
Oh, and I like the hair. Yeah, I think everybody likes Tommy. My dad was messaging me during the week talking about Tommy. He's a fan.
Yeah,
me too. Seems like a good cat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, like his hair as well.
Yeah.
We have to go because we have a little group chat. And besides me losing 1,000 yen on a Tiger bet for Tiger to be, so on Friday I watched all of Tiger.
Yep.
Got up early, watched them all, and I have to say, he was just hitting great shots. I mean, I was like, and it was a rubbish day. The wind was howling.
windy.
It was all over. The wheels were popping off.
They were too. Yeah.
And Tiger was really going well. So I said, lads, Tiger for a top 10 for sure. And they're like, you're mental.
And then, of course, Damon and I are taking the piss out of Kieran, thinking, there's no chance. And I think at that stage, +1 was about 10th, I think.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. At that time, it was probably bunched up a bit because there was some scoring conditions on Thursday. But that day, I mean, people were just shooting awful scores.
They were. Yeah, Rory shot 77, I think, hit it in the water on 11, which you can't do. I mean, that shot that he's hit on 11, hit it in the water. That hole, they say, if you actually hit your second shot on the putting green, you've pulled it or you've hooked it because you just can't. Anything going left gets wet. So they block it right. There's half of Augusta over there to the right hand side. You can pitch it on where Larry Myers pitched in from to beat Norman in '86, and he's hit it left there. And he was, I think that shook him a little bit. So poor old Rory. Anyway, so I'll just go back to couple of things. What was really impressed is Oberg. It's spelled Aberg, but apparently they pronounce it Oberg, Ludwig. So he's the young Swedish kid who's been a pro. Yeah, he's been a pro 9 months. And he's played in the Ryder Cup and his first major. He's come T2. And he reminds me of Scotty too. He's very, very calm, very Swedish.
Except without the electric boogaloo when he hits the ball. He does. He stripes it.
Oh, he does. He just hits it right in the middle of the club face. And I mean, that's an amazing showing to finish second with all that pressure on. So he's one to look out for. I'm not saying anything out of school there either. I think people know all about him anyway. So he's been coming. Oberg.
What about Max Homa?
I like Max. I mean, Max is a good story. He struggled on the mini tours for a long time. He was on Corn for a long time, and he got into a field somehow. Like someone pulled out somewhere, and he for whatever reason he got into that field, and then had a top 10 and another top 10. Got on the PGA Tour, lost his card a couple of times in a row, got back on tour, and then won. And now he's a star. He's won a handful of times, and he's He seems like a good fella. He's good on the mic. He's just a few of them. When I look back, him and Bryson and a few of the others, they just seemed a bit frantic, a little bit nervous on the last few days, which is normal.
It's the Masters.
It's the Masters, but compared with Scotty and Oberg, who just look unflappable, they really do. I mean, Bryson's all over the place at the best of times. Anyway, good performances. Well, obviously, Max, Colin Morikawa, nice to see him back. He's won a couple of majors, as you said. Cam Smith finished up there and Bryson as well. Look, it's good having Bryson in there, I think. As much as I'm not a fan, I think he just says and does some of the most ridiculous things. You know, I was talking to, I think it was on our chat, the interview, I think, on the second day. He's having a drink during the interview and he's sucking on the ice while he's having the interview. And I'm just thinking, this guy's got zero awareness. And then the next day he's doing another interview and he's chewing on something. He's like got a lolly in his mouth and his lips are smacking during the interview and the lolly's going around in his mouth.
Yeah, I love it. Did he say anything like it's a par 68 this time?
No,
he
didn't. But they brought it up early in the week. They said was that a mistake? Actually, after the first round, and he shot 67. And he said he's matured, which he obviously he has. But I don't think Augusta were very happy about him saying that.
He's a lunatic, man. He's a kind of a mad scientist. Clubs all the same length.
Yeah,
puts his balls in salt water and then marks which is true north or something on the balls.
Yeah, that's right. He does too, and he's got that wicked putting stance. You know, the stiff arms and that's really what caught him out this week. Is his putting, his speed in his putting was not great. So
except for the first day when he was
he did. He held it. Yeah, he held everything, and he brought out a new set of irons this week
that were made from a what do you call that? Like a 3D printing machine?
Yeah, 3D printing machine. They've got roll and bulge on the face, which is what drivers have got to try and control. So if you hit it on the toe, the ball starts right and draws back. So he's got that technology in his irons. Obviously,
that's interesting.
It's all the single
and
lengths.
It must be conforming.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Something he said during the week as well. He was talking about his YouTube career, how his YouTube content is changing lives, which I thought was hilarious. But nobody's watching him over there at Live, so he needs to get out there somehow.
That's true. Yeah, I actually did watch a video with him and Rick Shields, and Rick Shields had brought like a load of random clubs for him to hit. You know.
Yep.
And sure enough, he got birdie with using the most random things you've ever seen, like the putter. You had to do like shuffleboard.
So
slide it on the ground like this.
Yeah.
But I think he's a bit of a villain, but a kind of a lovable villain.
Yeah, look, he is. He's almost a heel, but he's. I don't know. But look, it was interesting having him there.
Yeah,
he brings eyeballs, and I'm watching him, and I don't particularly like him, but he's an amazing player. I've never seen anybody hit the ball such incorrect distances with their irons. He's airmailing greens and he's 50 foot short. There's not a lot of feel in his game. It's about the wind is this amount miles per hour and it's uphill this much and this is a distance, and he hits that club, whereas not a lot of feel to it. Everything seems to be sort of a million miles an hour. But he had a great week, and it's nice to see him up there, and he'll be better for it next time. Kieran miscuts Hovland.
Yeah,
struggle town.
JT,
I got that down. That's another miss, and his mate Spieth. From Japan, Hideki didn't have a particularly good showing. He finished at +7, and his mate has Satsune also missed the cut. But it was Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah,
what a win.
Him and Jason Day's pants.
So that's exactly what I've got on my.
And then what happened? Because we were taking the piss out of his MC Hammer pants,
and then he wore that vest.
And then he wore the vest, and
jeepers.
But I have to say, the Melbourne guys must be loving it, because everybody was talking about it.
Of course, they were. Yeah, so they're disruptors, but I'm not sure if it was. I mean, people are talking about them. I guess they'll
go down well in Japan, man. People are going to buy those MC Hammer pants and that.
Yeah, look, they probably
they wear stuff like that. Vest, they do. They wear random English stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. It was a funny one. I don't think Jason Day's the right type of person to be pulling off that sort of thing. I mean, fine if you want to do the whole baggy pants thing. I'm not sure if he's the right. He's a little bit older than probably the target market of what they're looking for. But look, it's people at tongues are wagging. People are talking about it. So
yeah,
it's
I'm sure
working.
I'm sure they're going to sell a ton of those vests
Yeah, they probably
will in
probably
Japan
will.
anyway.
Yeah, they will here. That's for sure. Yeah. The pants, flapping around on the first day in the wind. He's standing over one putt, and they're like a couple of sails. Flapping around
and you can hear the commentators going quiet. You think they're throwing the seventh, and they're not. They're holding their tongues. They're not saying it.
Yeah,
so funny, man.
So look, I don't know. A really, really interesting Masters.
It was good. It's just the entertainment value is just off the charts, especially for golf nuts like us. It's just special, isn't it?
Loved it. Great leaderboard, like really, really good. All the players up the top were really good players until about the 14th when Scotty had it in the bag. The shot that he hit on 9, tap in, just clutch, and then makes birdie on 10. Hits a great shot, bogeys 11. Hits a great shot into 12 in the middle of the green.
Yep.
And then 14 stiffs it as well, hits it on the right area and it funnels back to the hole. And then he just kind of cruised in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
Well, and very calm and collected. Let the other guys do the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I felt sorry. Actually, that was an impressive for Morikawa because he's thinking to himself, oh, Jesus, I just want to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And let Scotty win this thing.
Right.
And he was like in the bushes. He had to go backwards. And you get him saying, oh, God, I'm hitting it from the first. I'm hitting it from the tee again. Yeah. Then he whacks a 3-wood or a 5-wood into the face of the bunker.
That's right.
Then he gets it up and down.
He did too.
You can just see him go, oh, God, thank God, get out of here, But I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. He looked frazzled at the end. They did an interview. He did, didn't he?
They all look wrecked.
Shirt was sideways and Max looked all over the place.
Dishevelled.
Dishevelled is exactly the right word. He looks dishevelled at the best of times.
Because they play that golf course in that kind of condition. I think it was a bit softer on Sunday compared to Saturday and Friday. It was just like, what a
just
grind.
That wind, just bakes everything out and makes it dry.
It must be the most mentally taxing.
I think so. Because
it's the Masters. Yeah. You just must be wrecked after it.
Yeah,
but
they were.
Scotty went to some dive bar in Texas.
He did too. I saw a couple of people standing there with two blokes putting his arm around.
But it was it said it in the Titleist way. It said Texas.
Oh, did it?
I had to zoom in. I was like, oh, Titleist.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, Texas.
Yeah, a couple of rednecks with their arms around him. Good on him.
Two random guys who don't know anything about golf.
Yeah, Scotty's good for golf. He's a God-fearing man and
do you think he's going to be
a good family?
Around for a while now? In terms of top level, they're talking about in America they were talking about they love a homegrown bit of talent, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So, I remember all the hype around Jordan Spieth when he was coming out of blocks at 20 years of age and winning majors and all sorts. Do you think he's going to do the same? He's 27
He's 27. Yeah, he's 27 and looks 47.
Yeah.
But, look, I don't know. Spieth came along, I think it was sort of 2015, 14, 15. He was playing really well. And, look, it's hard when all of a sudden he's all this adulation and wins all this money, and then now Jordan's got a family, has a wife and a kid and things, and $100 million in the bank. It's hard to have the same desire, I think. Scotty's kind of there, and he's got a couple under his belt. But when I listen to him being interviewed, he's got a huge amount of desire, I think, and motivation. He hates losing. There's just a few things he says which I think he's a little bit different. Tiger used to go through stages. He's won 3 out of the last 4, as I said, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody does that. No, because Tiger used to, but Tiger's unhinged.
Brooks Koepka with the back-to-back US Opens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Brooks has won 5 majors. Rory hasn't won anything since 2013, so that's a little bit of a concern. I don't think
he
it's
needs to go to a hypnotist.
He's got to do
and
something.
Just someone needs to just wipe the slate clean for that kid, man. Yeah. He's just got mental.
Yeah, he's too good. He'll definitely win. I think he'll win the Masters at some stage, but it's going to be interesting viewing for the rest of the year.
When he's 43 or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's still, what is he? What's Rory? Early 30s?
30. No, 30. He's either 33 or 35.
Yeah, okay.
So he's
got some runs on the board now. So but he's still got a few, 10 more years so that's 40 more majors. He's got a chance.
Fit.
He is fit.
There's no injuries plaguing that boy. I think the only injury he had a few years ago was from playing soccer.
Yeah,
he was playing football.
He was too, and hurt himself. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the other one that actually Damon was talking about was Akshay Bhatia, the left-handed kid.
Yeah, we were talking about him last week.
Yeah, we were talking about being a lefty help. So it was his first, I think it was his first, he's played a couple of majors, but his first Masters. And he played well. I've got it written down here somewhere. I can't quite find it, but there he is. He finished at +6, which is tied 35th for Akshay, which is really good for the first time around there. Forget about Oberg. He's a little bit different, but that was good to see.
I think he's just interesting. The way he carries himself and stuff, he just...
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of him.
No, neither do I.
He is so skinny and he's wearing this really tight shirt kind of thing.
Yeah, and he wears
the wind's blowing against him. You're like, Jesus Christ, he's
he wears
skinny.
Tight shorts as well in practice rounds, and he's got the skinniest. I mean, I've got skinny legs like a racehorse, but he's kind of cool. And Tiger obviously brought up the rear for the guys that made the cut. He was shot, was it 82 or 83 in the third round, and he was sore, wasn't he?
Lost me some casherola.
Oh, you did. Saying he was going to finish in the top 10.
I thought that was a safe bet, especially on Friday. You're like, Jesus, this guy's...
He just can't do it for the first 72 holes at the moment.
He was going around like he had a, what they call in Japanese, gikurigoshi. He was holding his back and his side, and when he was bending over, you could see he was...
he was sore.
One of those. So I was like, but he's kind of upbeat afterwards. He's like, hey, I'm just going to get back to the gym and train. And I think that 23 holes on the Friday killed him.
That did. Yeah, it was just too much for him. Yeah, it's a lot of work for him just to get out on the golf course, I think.
Yes, didn't he say, someone said that he told the amateur he played with on Sunday that he got up at 3 a.m. to get ready. So ice bath and...
Yeah.
Fucking
and then,
hell.
and then he's got to do like a warm down, and his trainers get into him after the round. So there's lots of preparation for the poor bugger just to be able... I think it'll be good for him. I'm playing 72 holes because he hasn't done it for quite a long time. He keeps pulling out, so...
Yeah. It was good to see him, like on the range with his kid. But I thought he's going to retire because his family's going to be there and they come and give him a hug and stuff like that. And then he'll wave to the crowd or whatever. And then he was like, "No, I'm getting ready for the
That's right. Charlie was standing there with a club, helping him with his swing before as he was warming up.
Yeah.
No, Tiger's probably Augusta's the place that he can continue to be. He could win there. He can still win there. There's no rough. He knows obviously the golf course is the same every year, so he knows the golf course really well. So if he's feeling good for 72 holes, he's still a chance. The other golf course is very hit and miss. I think they've got Valhalla next in the PGA, and I can't remember. Where's the Open this year? Do you know? I should know, but I
no idea.
No. Anyway, so yeah.
I was going to say to you, did you see that Greg Norman couldn't get a ticket to buy it? Had to go to some touts.
Look, poor old thing. There's different reports. So he was not allowed into the Masters a couple of years ago because Augusta actually banned him, and they said, look, you're not coming. Yeah. Because I think he must have asked for a ticket because that's when Liv was starting. And they said, look, Greg, stay away because we want the tournament to be about the Masters and not to be about Greg Norman and Liv.
Yeah.
And then but the funny thing is you would have thought one of the guys from Liv, there was a whole bunch playing in the field, would have got him a ticket, but they didn't. And apparently he's got it through someone else, and he's turned up in his Sharks hat and he's rocking around the golf course, and all a little bit strange. He's a strange unit.
Yeah, he is.
But he was out there, saying everybody was high-fiving him and telling him how good Liv was, and by all reports, though, that's completely fabricated. Nobody was talking to him. So.
Of course, he is very good at the media, I have to say.
Look, he is. Yeah, who knows with the Shark? Yeah, had some very upsetting losses there over the years. As an Australian watching him in '86 lose to Nicholas, and then there was something there was obviously '96 when he completely fell apart against 6-shot lead with Faldo, and then it might have been '99 or 2000 when Jose Maria won it, and he probably should have won it there as well. So he's Larry Mize, of course. '86 was Larry Mize when he pitched in the playoff on 11. To beat him. I mean, Greg's thinking, I've got this one, and then Larry goes and pitches it in, and then he misses his birdie, and it's done. And he missed a playoff somewhere else. He tried to smash a 5 onto the green, left it short, should have hit 4, didn't get up and down to get into the playoff. I think that was Scott Hoke and Faldo.
I think you're mentally scared with all these.
I am. I was just used to go to school on a Monday, just all the wind taken out of my sails.
I wonder if Rory's going to be like that, just one of those guys that close, but
I really hope not, because I like Rory.
Yeah, I think if he gets another, if Rory gets another major, like if he could win an Open, I think the next one is Royal Troon.
Oh, there you go,
Royal Troon. I don't think he won in Royal Troon. I think he won in, if I remember correctly, in Liverpool. Was it?
I don't know. So what about what I think it was it you or Damon sent it on our group chat about Rory going to live?
Yeah,
850 million. and a part ownership of the tour or something like that. So I mean, I really
that would
hope
be the straw that breaks the LPGA's back.
It will
let me tell you.
Yeah,
it's not coming back from that.
No, there's not. I mean, it's 850 million reasons to go to live. I hope he doesn't, because it would be the big backflip in golf. You know, he was the spokesperson for the tour.
But like they totally they left him out to dry there.
They did. Jay Monahan.
He's obviously bothered by it. You know?
Oh, he must be, and now he's not on the policy board, and he's no longer a spokesperson. And
right.
It used to be, if you wanted to be a sponsor of one of the PGA Tour events, well, you can do it, but then you will sponsor Rory. You become one of Rory's sponsors, and Rory sort of got those sponsors through that, and then he became the spokesperson for the PGA Tour, and he got hung out to dry, as you said, by Monahan. So he's off the board, and he may have a bit of a vendetta. So if he does leave, you know, that's a real FU to Jay and the PGA Tour, but it would be a huge backflip, because he was saying pretty bad things about Liv and the Saudis, and
he was like, I hate it.
Yeah, he does. He's very, very strong.
So he doesn't need the money. So maybe he's just
he doesn't.
Maybe he's just like, no, I'm not going to go. Me.
Damon did make a good point. He said it's generational wealth. I mean, he's got hundreds of millions of bucks anyway, but this is a different league. I mean, this is FU money.
Saying that, you could say, because he does have his Rory Foundation, if you took that 850 million, put it into the Rory Foundation,
yeah, could.
Which I know does a lot of good things back home, like they, you know, a lot of equipment for hospitals and funding this and that, you know. You put it in there, put it straight in there, and then just, you know, let it go to good.
Yeah, could do.
I mean, that'd be a good story.
Yeah.
Good luck for him.
Yeah, he still gets to play in all the majors, and maybe spend a little bit more time at home. So
exactly. Be
interesting to see what comes about with that. So
okay, well, a good Masters week. What's next week? Who cares?
Yeah, you know what? I have to be honest, I have no idea. There was obviously not any other golf, and I think Livers in Adelaide or coming up. I think Livs next.
Oh, is that the big one where they all run amok?
Yeah, at the Grange, which I'm not sure if it was the Grange last time. Maybe it was, but they'll get everybody down there, and all the Aussies will go crazy. But I have no idea what's on the PGA Tour. It's kind of just sort of ramping up to the PGA. The PGA at Valhalla, which comes about pretty quickly. I'm looking at it now. It's the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. Oh God!
Okay, I'll give that one a...
Yeah, give that one a little bit of a miss. No, I'll have a squiz.
Yeah, we'll have a look at
it. See who's playing.
Let's change the subject, mate. How's your golf game? Did you play any last week?
Yeah, I did. God, I'm trying to think where I played. Oh no, I remember I said I played with the Tokyo American Club. I played with the Nihonbashi branch. So
how was that?
It was terrific. Great bunch of people. We played at a Yachiyo golf course. There was 12 of us, and we had a great day. I played with some 3 really cool people, and we played an afternoon tea time, and at Yachiyo you get to play through. So we had a terrific day, and busy week this week with everybody playing. And then we've got, you want to talk about Saturday?
Teabags?
Yeah.
So Teabags, well, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, so probably not.
So
we need to talk about that.
Out at your golf course.
I will tell you what we did just on.
Yeah, so you and Damon went and played.
A couple of podcasts ago we mentioned Hiroshima.
Yeah,
and we went down to Setouchi Golf Club, which is down in Hiroshima. Didn't really know what to expect. We were talking about it. We had mentioned the course and stuff, and we went down. And first of all, the flight is amazing, right? So from Tokyo. Flight was bang on 60 minutes.
From Haneda?
Yep. So the course picked us up right at the airport. And it's a small airport. You come straight outside. The guy's like, yeah, here we are. Bang. Straight in. Went there 25 minutes later. We're on the course. And when I say this course is mint, it's immaculate. It's it's got views of this Seto Inland Sea. I finally learned how to say that.
Yeah.
360 panoramic, and it's just
really
this amazing, like there's mountains in the back, but there's this like tidal sea and all the boats, and it's just pristine, and little islands and all sorts of amazing things. So I'm writing an article for that. Hopefully I'll have it done probably this week or next.
Sorry, say the name of the course again.
Setouchi Golf Club. Yeah, okay. It's really, really nice. And we stayed. They just built these brand new villas.
Okay.
So there's like kind of one bedroom, two beds inside the bedroom. So there's 3 of them, and then there was a couple of 4 bedroom villas.
Yep.
And they overlook the 18th hole and the sea beyond.
Wow, that sounds great. There's very little of that, isn't there, in Japan? You know, being able to see views of so you can see the water.
Yeah, like I mean, it's unbelievable because you're very high up.
Yeah.
And you're looking down at this beautiful, and it's a contained sea.
Yep.
But it is tidal. It gets out eventually, but then you can see in the distance there's like a bridge that brings you over to Matsuyama.
Okay.
And it's just amazing. I'll put up some pictures on and do a little.
You're going to write a report?
I am. Yeah.
Pop it on Golf in Japan.
Great golf course. Me and Damon had a skins game.
Okay. Who took the money?
Damon.
Did he?
Yeah, he did it 9 holes, then 9 holes again, and then an overall. Okay. So you got the 3 of them. So we're playing skins, and I prefer just doing simple match play or stroke play even.
Okay.
We're doing skins, and it was like, we'd half or push. And then on the 4th, and I'd have the puff of the win, and it's like 1.5 feet.
And he didn't give it to you?
He wouldn't give it to me.
Didn't he really?
I'd miss it. And that happened
Damon.
That happened 3 times, and I lost.
You're not allowed to do that. You can't put someone the opportunity to miss.
These greens were running like 10.5.
Oh, were they? Okay.
So they were really fast. And tiered and all sorts. So the scores weren't good. Like, I won't lie. Okay. It was amazing golf course. Really enjoyed it.
So then you stayed the night.
Then they come right, and so this is the best place in Japan for, say, snapper.
Oh yeah,
what you call snapper.
Yep.
And also they bring you out like a huge. So they said, you have 3 options. You can have dinner in the clubhouse, which is I think Italian. They do like a steak, or you can do in the house with a kaiseki. It's called.
Oh yeah,
so
the traditional Japanese,
which we went for.
Yeah,
and so it's like a massive plate with all the sashimi on it, all the
different bits and pieces,
on the snapper. And he was like, this was swimming around over there about 2 hours ago. We just got it off the boat and brought it straight up.
Really?
No way. And it was unbelievable.
Wow.
And then actually they gave us little hot plates, and we had steak as well. And,
okay.
And then they start bringing out, and so of course the area is famous for sake and red wine, and they were saying, look, try this. And we were like,
of course,
enjoying ourselves, maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I would highly recommend it, and it was cheap.
Yeah, what were you paying for a So what was the flight? What did the flight cost you?
So the flight was actually, I think I paid 22,000 yen, which is about $150. But saying that, because I've since said to myself, I'm going to go down, and I was looking for June and July flights, and Anna has a sale on ANA, All Nippon Airways. It was 8,000 yen return.
Wow.
I was like, how? Shinkansen would be way more expensive.
Yeah, it would be too. Take a lot longer.
So, but it obviously the play is to fly down to this place, because you fly in and then to Hiroshima Airport and from Tokyo, and it's an international airport as well. I didn't know that.
Okay.
When I say international, I don't think it's a hub, so there's no one coming from long haul. But like, for example, if you're listening in Korea, or if you're listening in Shanghai or Singapore, I'm sure you can get in there.
Yep.
Amazing, highly recommended, and it was cheap. So going back to the price, so we had the villa. We played game of golf, had villa, we had that amazing food, and then they wake up. They said, "What time do you want to wake up at?" So I said, "I don't know, 7." And then said, "Yep, 7 o'clock." Knock at the door. This old granny comes in, and she has like a hamper, and it's like this pumpkin soup in it. And
nice.
Then like a croissant with and she's like, "I'll put it in." There's a little toaster. There's a whole kitchen set up and everything. She said, "Put that in the toaster for 5 minutes. It'd be great." I was like, "Okay." And then she had like a little sandwich, and then like a yogurt, a muesli, and then like and then a thermos of coffee. So I was like, "Okay, grand. It's nice, right?"
Yeah.
And then we went and played again, and we had lunch, during the round, and the lunch is fabulous as well. Like all different types of stuff, fantastic noodles and curries and whatever, and seafood, of course.
And Italian is part of the menu. You're saying that?
Yeah. So they have a chef. So they have people actually coming into the clubhouse to see the amazing view of this Setouchi Sea, and they're not even so this guy is like a really good chef. He does French food, and he does Japanese food, and Italian, I suppose. So anyway, the whole price, I think, for 2 people to stay in one of these villas and to get all of that is about 48,000 yen.
That's golf, accommodation,
food, everything.
Wow. But that's not including your flight.
It's not including your flight.
No, but still, that's
terrific.
It's great value.
You can't imagine how quality this place is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had this in, say, Ireland or in Australia, you'd be paying big bucks for this. Right. You'd be paying a few grand.
Yeah, I mean, if you go down, it sounds like something like Kawana. I mean, you're going to spend $1,000 US there if you go down and play a couple of times and stay in the hotel.
Well, if you were to play twice in Kawana and stay over in the hotel and all your meals, it would cost you probably around $2,000.
Yeah, it would too. Actually, I'm just thinking just the one night,
so
but with food.
Yeah. And this was just so unique and cool. So, and then they were saying I said, like, I was just doing a bit of research for my article, and I said, what is there to do for families? And they said, well, there's actually loads of stuff to do. So first thing is you can go cruising. See down there, there's the jetty. See that boat down there, like a lovely cruiser. And they said, like, we can bring people. See that island over there? There's an island, like say about half a kilometre out in the inland sea. So yeah, he says that's called Rabbit Island. There's 40 different types of rabbit there.
Really?
All running around. So the kids love that. You go there and they're just running around.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's great. And they said, you can go do like champagne cruising. I looked a bit more into it. Actually, I have a flyer of it in my bag. You can do charter for, fishing. And as I said, if you're into snapper and, that kind of fishing, and they bring you places in the summer, you can go snorkeling, and it's all, it's a very unique place. It's amazing. It really is beautiful. The champagne cruising sounds good to me. And a bit of fishing. I would love that. I would love that.
Drink some champagne and catch you some fish.
And then they were even saying for kids, right, that the local hoikuen, now hoikuen is a kindergarten in Japanese, they'll take foreign kids in the summer. So say you're coming over and you want to do a week there, you stay up on the golf course, you put your kids in the local hoikuen, which is like the kindergarten. Yeah. They'll teach them Japanese, they'll play, it's kind of the summertime, so it's more like colouring and art. And I said,
what a great experience that'd be.
And he said, like, it's not a problem for English or anything like that. The teachers look after them and they can speak a little bit and they just take care of the kids, have a blast, they make friends and everything. And I said, what did the parents do? Wow. They said, well, they come up, play a game, even stop for lunch, finish at 3:00, pop down and pick them up. Then you're on the golf course in the villa and everything. I was like, that's amazing. I said, how much does it cost for the hike? When he said, it's almost nothing.
Really?
Government run.
Oh,
I was like, that's amazing.
What a treat that is.
Yeah,
so you're going to add that in the article? You're going to put that in the article?
Yeah, I'm going to put that in. I don't have the details for that, but there was a lovely lady at the course and she spoke English as well. Okay. So, I'm sure that they have, we'll put all the links and so on. So all the, the details about that kind of stuff, I think they have links to, or at least they'd know if you inquired. But I'd have to say, anyone living in Tokyo, if you don't go to this place at least once, because if you think about it, if you're in Tokyo, right? Yeah. And you pop up to our place up at Tochigi, right? Yep. That's 2.5 hour drive.
It is too, yeah.
Now, we have a resort there and it's a nice place, 2.5 hour drive. You can go to Haneda Airport in 20 minutes, fly down there and get to the golf course quicker than you can get to Tochigi by car. Right? You'll be playing golf on the first day. And this is different. Just the whole environment is just so nice. Yeah. And I said, hey, how about the summer? And they said, summer's great down here because we get a lot of breeze coming off.
Do you? Yeah.
So it's very cool. It was nice and sunny when we were there. Like the weather was like 22 degrees. It was absolutely perfect.
You said in June it's going to cost you 8,000 yen for the return flight.
I know. That was some sort of sale that Anna are doing. So if anybody's listening to this podcast now, check out the Anna site. They do this every now and again. They release flights for cheap price.
So because it's bloody hot here in June and July. Yeah. And rainy season as well. So maybe get over there.
Absolutely.
Play some golf and throw the kids in kinder and go on a champagne cruise. And
I said, is there any problem to take the kids on the course? And they said, no, if the kids can play a bit of golf and they want to go play with the parents, absolutely fine.
That's cool because you don't get any of that. You don't get a lot of that. No, I very rarely see kids here.
Yeah, and they're reasonable. They're really friendly and stuff down there. We went to the local area and we checked it out, and it was like Kyoto, except nobody there.
Wow.
It was. I put pictures up. You wouldn't believe it.
Okay,
amazing. So they've got all these kominkas houses, like traditional Edo period houses, and all the sake breweries there. And you can just stroll in, and they're selling all of their stuff. It was amazing. Really, really worthwhile visit. And I'll definitely be going back for sure. Probably, I would say in June or July.
This time it'd be nice to be invited. Actually, people are probably wondering why I didn't get down there, but Kieran and Damon actually didn't invite me, so I'm a little bit hurt. Feelings are hurt, so
we'll bring you next time, Joe.
I'd like to come. Sounds like a good time.
And then next week we've got we're hitting another resort up in Ibaraki. Yep. Called Kuji. That's got another amazing resort by Resol, and one of our Resol is now our preferred partner, and we're promoting their properties. But I'll do a report on that one as well. I think this is going to be cool.
Lots of golf courses in Ibaraki.
Yeah, there is, but not so many resorts. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out all the good resorts that you can come and stay and play, because that's what our customers want. They want to come over and stay overnight and have some nice food and enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, because otherwise the days are long. Coming from Tokyo and doing day trips, it's really, you're in the transport or on the train at 6:30 in the morning, and then you're back at 6 p.m. at night. So it's a full day. But doing something like that and
And that course,
the resort.
I would play that course every day for the rest of my life.
There you go. And Kieran's a proper golfer and understands golf, so that's a big call. So that's
it's very challenging. It's long. There's so many different ways you could play it, and I just can't recommend it enough. Again, I'll put the links in the description, and we'll put it up on the website. So please check it out.
Very good.
So what about this week? You're playing in tee bags this weekend?
Yeah, I'm having a hit. So I've got
cool.
I've got a hit at Narita tomorrow with the people from the Emirates, and we got a big match against the Emirates on Thursday.
Nice.
So that's 40 versus 40. That'll be
you
a big
tell me about that one. Yeah.
Yep. And Saturday with the tea bags. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm in the first group with Brendan, and who was on the podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And Dominic Walker, who's running the event.
Yep.
And I can't remember who our fourth is, but it'll be a really good.
I'm playing with Paulie and I'm not sure who else I'm playing with on the tee bags. But the day before, same course, we have the Carbine.
Yeah, the Carbine Club.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. So that's a scramble, 4-ball scramble, which is
a great day. Yeah, that's a great day. That's good fun.
I'm driving, unfortunately, but I'm sure all the other boys will be absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I have to drive back to Tokyo that night. I have an event to go to. Then I'm driving up in the morning again, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
Do the tea bags. And then I have a barbecue to get myself to that night. So
you got to behave yourself.
Yeah, it's probably better for me. I'm trying to take it easy on the partying.
Aren't we all? Yeah. Actually, can I do a shout out?
What is that?
Right? Shout out is just Steve Camper. Steve Camper's a friend of both of ours, and I know he's a listener. And Steve is running the next Tea Bags event, and in May the 18th at our golf course up at Mashiko. But he listens every week, I think, and he's one of our good mates and a terrific fella. So
he's a great
Steve.
Guy.
He is a good guy. So
yeah.
Thanks for your support, Steve. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Mashiko,
PGA, which is a really good track. It's
it is. It's a nice place.
A pre-queue for the Japan tour. I think it's third stage pre-queue, so proper golf course, very tree lined. If you get in the trees, it's a little bit like Narashino that we played the other week. It's tough to get out, but it's really good. It's just that it's near your golf course too.
It is, yeah,
near Utsunomiya Station. So looking forward to getting out there. I think there's nearly 50 of us playing in that too. So Steve runs a great event too. Very passionate about tea bags, and his event every year he tries really hard, which is terrific to see.
All different things, like little funny things to do. Like he was the one who was doing the shots.
That's right.
So you'd have a shot, and then you flip the thing, and it doubles as a tee.
That's right. We had like a golf ball full of whiskey, and you had to scull the whiskey on the tee, and then the shot glass, and you had to hit the ball off the shot glass, but it wasn't how far the ball went. It was whoever hit the shot glass or the rubber shot glass the furthest, as well.
Very John Daly-esque.
Oh, just legendary.
But just little things like this. I mean, probably there's some purists out there who are absolutely horrified at this, but no, it is fun.
It is fun.
It's just fun. Like when it's good, harmless fun. There's no one getting
hurt. No one's getting hurt. Yeah. No, he's a very thoughtful guy. So
yeah, and he spends a lot of his own money on all these amazing prizes.
Oh, look, it's fantastic. Just an amazing event. Well done. It really is. So good on you, Steve.
Okay. Well, I'll see you on Saturday then for some golf.
Can't wait. Are you doing the bus? Oh, no, sorry, you're driving.
No, I'm driving.
Sorry, you're driving.
Yeah. Yep. Stay away. The boozy bus.
Yeah, I'm on the boozy bus from Shibuya at 6:30. Dominic Walker has organised that there and back, so...
Well, don't forget your bib.
Jeepers.
You'll be dribbling on the way back.
Oh, absolutely. Goodness me.
It's the longest bus ride known to
humanity.
It
is, yeah.
They had to be getting drunk on that one. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it for this week. Fantastic Masters week. And we'll look forward to the next major, but I think
coming up.
Yeah, we'll get into our own golf games next week, and hopefully.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Damon's Phantom Putter is coming today.
Oh, is it?
So that means yours is probably coming soon as well.
Can't wait. We'll talk about how it performs, and looking forward to having Damon back next week with his nice tan.
Yeah, I'm going to get my game in order this weekend, and then I'm going to take it back Kuji. We're going to do it again. Skins match.
Let's do it.
The revenge. All right. Cheers, mate.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.